What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with all new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right, let's get into it. So we're picking off where we left off with Destiny and Tiffany going back and forth about how the tea that was served was cold, and that it was inappropriate because it was at her birthday party, which I agree with, and that was the truth of what she said. That could have hurt my relationship, but I'm not in it no more, so it felt no disregard to it. Tiffany said I was referencing the time that I met you. And in the midst of me saying it, you could have addressed it just like that. And that's I did not, because I felt like I did not know who you were. And why are you telling me this? I can understand both parts. I can understand Tiffany what she said. At the end of the day, if I said what I said upset you, you could have had the grown woman to say, "Girl, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you came up with, but this is my birthday, and I am now divorced from that man that you're talking about. So this don't have nothing to do with me. But if this is how you want to introduce yourself to me, we're gonna have a conversation, because this is not working good." And Destiny, vice versa. You had that dramatic ass exit when she said that. You could have stood in your woman's shit and said, "You know, it's my birthday. I don't know you, but this isn't good." Point blank. And Mel was like, "Let's just be cool. This was not an intense situation." Disney said, "No." Mel said, "Maybe this could have been a sidebar conversation." Tiffany, "I definitely didn't want to make you feel that way. If I did, I'm sorry." And Tiffany said, "I do not think I was being shady, but if that's she wants to hold a grudge, she can." Now, with me trying to see Mel trying to diffuse it, I think that Mel felt like this was really not that. Maybe she felt like it wasn't that big of a deal to get upset over, but I think she also probably got a little bit of a glee of putting Destiny in the hot seat of answering questions, because considering the fact that Destiny does not answer anything about her life, so maybe she got a little bit of a glee, a little bit. But we're gonna find out more about that next time. So everything's squashed. We're gonna find out more about Mel and Destiny later. So they pretty much playing the game of never have I ever. So if you say yes you did it, guilty. If you say you never did it, put never. So the question was, I've never been a side chick. Everybody put never. Destiny had a guilty and never sign, and it was like, "Girl, why do you have a guilty sign?" Because I've never been a side chick, but in the relationship that I was in, he did not tell me he was in a relationship, so I was pretty much a side chick by default. And Kimmy, we get to Kimmy. She answers no, because we like, "Are we talking about college years?" She's like, "Oh, then no." And Tisha wanted to be messy and shady. Said, "You've never been a side chick, Kimmy?" She said no. I'm like, "Really, Tisha? We going back to that flashback of you with Kiwi having that conversation?" Okay, okay, Tisha. I think Kimmy caught that, because we know that Kimmy has been defending the fact that she was not dating Maurice in the duration of his marriage. They didn't start dating until after he got divorced, but we're gonna get to that. And it was a question asked: how often do you think a man should receive oral sex? Um, uh, Birthdays, holidays, So Kimmy says she gives it to Maurice maybe once every other 2 weeks, and she's like, "I'm surprised. You're a very sexual person. I didn't think you would be giving it to like that." But I think she probably punishes Maurice for not doing as often as she wants him to do, because she ain't got time to hear his mouth. So Kimmy gives a direction back to Mel. She said, "How often did you do it?" She said, "Pretty much the lasting of my marriage, act practically every day." But that was when it was desired, and that he expressed that he wanted it more than what he was already getting. But she said, even if we did it the entire time, he still would have did what he did, because Martell would cheat and cheat and cheat. So me giving him head did not save him, did not keep him, did not do nothing. So okay, whichever threesome with your mate. Kimmy and Maurice, when they were dating, Maurice wanted to pretty much have that fantasy before they got too serious to have a threesome. And Kimmy wanted to trump that and said, "Okay, I'm down for it, but what if it was with another dude?" It didn't like that. Maurice was not feeling it. And I was watching other people's reviews, and they have a point. What is it about men that doesn't believe that having a threesome with another man is not cool? I mean, y'all not doing nothing. It's just me swapping. It's me swapping. But if it's two women, then you guys will be on board, because that's your license to pretty much have two women at the same time without you feeling like you cheated. You can have one woman here, one woman here, and like, I just had a good old time. And but after that, they still have conversations about it. And teacher said, "Why would he? That's a man. That's a man." And but at the same point in time, even if he was to bring it up, Kimmy would definitely tell you, call him up and say, "I want to do a threesome." He will definitely give you a name. And Tisha was so happy to hear that. She just tried to put Destiny in the mix. Said, don't put me in there. Shut up, Tisha. But I feel like Destiny, you wanted to be a participant in that threesome. You know you did. But he said he wouldn't touch Destiny. She's like, oh, he wouldn't touch me? She said no. But Kimmy has also been a touchy-feely person. She touches Mel, she touches Martell, she touches Destiny because they were at an event and Destiny had on this high slit dress and she was touching all up on her. And when hearing that Kimmy is a touchy-feely person, Tisha wants to pop in and say, she can touch whoever she wants to touch, but she better not touch my soul. I'm like, nobody wants my soul. Nobody wants his gremlin ass. Nobody wants him. Girl, good night. Nobody wants him. Goodbye. And since everybody was being honest about things, I think that Mel decided to be honest about, what's been keeping up with her and Martell. So they went to a counseling session for co-parenting about how we need to respect other people's boundaries. While she was speaking, here come Destiny. I agree. Boundaries are a major part of, and I'm like, Destiny, she was still talking. Why are you so loud? Why are you so loud? And in the midst of that, they're going back and forth because Destiny is saying she agrees, but she was still talking over Mel. But Mel was like, I'm still talking. You can say what you say, but can I finish what I got to say? I didn't finish. And she was cutting Mel off the entire time. So I felt like, Destiny, I don't know if you were still in your feelings because Tiffany was there and Mel trying to put you on the spot to have this conversation, but you need to pipe down because you're acting pretty much in the same tone as Mel as Mel right now. So you're not the victim in this. You're not innocent. So, of course, Tisha is peeping all this because, like, what's wrong with the BFFs? They beefing? Tisha, pipe down. Pipe down. And then she feels like she tried to shut her up like she's one of her kids. I'm like, well, in a nice, nasty way, she did tell you to be quiet because she was talking. And so obviously Destiny is like feeling away from the beginning because she did not want to be here because of Tiffany. She didn't like she was put on the spot to answer her questions. So she feels like, you know what, I'm gonna go. But I think that Mel understands where she's coming from because she still wants to push it even further and said, well, Destiny may wait a whole month to tell me she got a divorce. So Destiny feel like, you think that my divorce is about you? Say, oh no, honey, I'm just saying, like, I'm being honest about what's current in my life, and you haven't said nothing about your life. You waited a whole month to tell me. So there it goes. So she said, I'm gonna go. Food was good, drinks was good. I'm peace. I'm out. And then Kimmy said, girl, don't leave. Listen, don't be so sensitive. I'm like, Kimmy. But I was like, come on, don't leave. Stay in it. Stay in it. Okay. I mean, even though I don't think that Kimmy and Tiffany had no interaction, she just sat there and just kept it cool, kept it quiet. So then we see Tisha. Tisha is driving up the hill of Sky Manor, and there's nothing but dirt and rocks everywhere. And I love Tisha's ponytail. I love the fresh face look I love the fresh face. I love it. And she's driving up the driveway, and this is why she says she needs a much more heel prepared truck that can help this type of terrain. I need a working truck for this. But she's concerned about the scheduling and the production of Sky Manor. Has nothing been done. It's been over 6 months. All we got is this driveway. Somebody said, oh, I think it was Miss Misha. Yeah, I love Misha. I should check her out. She said, this is like Chateau Charest. I'm like, it is, because this is nothing here. I'm seeing just dirt and grass. Dirt and grass. That's it. And they were supposed to receive an update from Uncle Mike, but they haven't received anything. So it's like, what we going to have to do? We're going to have to go back and talk to them because what's the holdup? That's the kicker about working with family. They work when they want to because they family. You understand that they got other shit to do. But if I'm hiring you for a job and I'm paying you and I'm giving you a time frame that I want it to be completed, that should be a priority. Don't just dismiss me because I'm your niece and nephew. Don't do that. So Tisha tells Marceau about Taco Tuesday and how it's a start for her and Mel, and then she expresses how what happened in Texas, how she tries to save him from the devil in the red dress, and all these girls trying to keep an eye on my husband because they don't give a damn that he's married. And to me, I'm like, Tisha, you gonna tell him everything that you and the women talk about, or are you really just trying to keep him aware of the fact that I don't know what you're doing, Marceau, but people are coming at me. So you guys might as well tell me now. I don't know. So in the midst of that, we flash back to a scene because Tisha told Marceau that a woman DM'd Mel and sent her a video and a text message. She's seen him all hugged up in the club. All hugged up with some tramp. So He looking, he's like, ooh, what they know? Is my business out there? Did I fumble like Martell? So we flash back a DM. We didn't see it was blurred, but apparently it was probably just a video of him hanging around with some of their friends that they knew, and that's what they caught. So somebody tried to get camera time, but at the same point in time, this woman didn't come out of nowhere, because if Destiny heard the rumors, everybody was hearing the rumors, so everybody's coming out with somebody close to this show to bring these rumors out there. And but she said if the receipts wasn't receipts, there isn't anything there. And everybody, Tisha's probably like, I don't know what's wrong with people. People trying to take you the bad guys so bad, and I'm just a stupid girl that goes along with it. So he downplays and said everybody has nothing better to do but to have these rumors out here that are not true. I am innocent. This is the face of an innocence. No, it's not. It's the face of a liar, a dog, a cheater. So she then tells him about Destiny getting a divorce and how it's really sad. They just had a baby, they got married, so it's kind of hard to go through that all at the same time. And she didn't get a chance to experience the full, foundation of a family. Here goes my soul. What did she do? Wait, what you mean? What did she do? What could she have possibly done that could have caused it? Then she did not do everything. What are you talking about? And she said she didn't do anything. What she should have done. I'm like, Marcel, when he did that, I'm like, either LeBeric has conversated about what he didn't do, and you just co-signed on him because you feel like a man cannot be wrong about nothing. So it's all about the women's problems. Okay, I'm like, go night, go over there. And it's easy to blame the woman. I don't know why. It's annoying, but he feels like, at the end of the day, if she thought she could and the marriage was over, the marriage is over. Marcel goes on and say, a marriage is a beautiful thing, and if you want to work at it, you should do it. But that didn't work out for Melanie Martell. I wouldn't stay with his ass all the shit he did. What the fuck? Shut up, Marcel. So then she brings up counseling again because she wants to go. He said, I don't want to go. Why I want to talk to a therapist, tell me about my marriage. Why should I do that? Because he feels like, I don't think that he is qualified to tell me how my marriage is. Even though he's a professional and he knows what he's talking about, I don't think he should tell me. I'm like, you don't want to be told wrong. Because he got into your ass last episode. He told you how you were and you didn't like it. So then he's like, I feel like married people should seek out people in similar situations that can learn and grow. I can understand being with somebody that, or getting counsel from other people, but every marriage is different. You know what I'm saying? And it must be nice to get an outside source who does not know you, is not going to be on your side, look in front of you and tell you how you are, and y'all can work together. That's it. No favoritism. In Martell's case, not being biased. But he asked, why should she think therapy? Because I tend to hold everything in and I don't have another way of letting it out. So if I talk to somebody, he can help me get it out, and I could come to you and express how I am and you can understand me. But she also wants to break that stigma that black people don't think that we need therapy. I don't want that to happen. And especially like what Mel said in the beginning, I don't want us to seek therapy when things go wrong. I want us to seek therapy when things are right and we want to make sure it's right. So then it's like, and of course I want to see where it can lead us to the next 15 years of marriage. He said we could reach 15 years of marriage with love, support. I'm like, that's not. He said, you gotta stop listening to outside people. Listen to what's in the house. I'm like, I think this is the problem with y'all. Y'all feel like since y'all know everything, that everything that you guys can possibly know is not gonna be the same. Like, I don't know what it is. When somebody else is telling you who is qualified, has a profession, has years of experience of counseling married people, you should take his word for it. Because Marcel, you don't know everything. You don't know everything. And I feel like you want to just tell Tisha what she should know, what she should do, what she should not do. And that's it. Your word is fine. Your word is law because you are Marcel. You know everything. You don't. You don't know everything. And he does not want to be told that he's wrong. That's the main reason. Marcel is going above and beyond to not get told that he's wrong because he wants to be seen that he's right. But she said therapy, she feels like, at the end of the day, because he feels like nothing's changed from that. But it's always room for improvement. And if we don't have issues, I want us to be able to get through them so it doesn't boil over. But good night, Marcel. Goodbye. So then we see Destiny. She's at home without law. He's with his dad. Now that part I kind of caught. I'm like, okay, so you have developed some type of a co-parent relationship with your ex-husband. I didn't think that he wanted to be a dad in the first place. But the fact is you let that tidbit, then I want to dive into it because Mel was like, where's Law at? He was dad. Oh, really? But she didn't want to talk about that. She said, oh, boom, bam, done. So let's talk about the issue. So I did not like how Tiffany came in. And Mel was like, okay, first of all, if I was her, I would have felt like you had a problem with me the way that you expressed it. But I do not think that was her intention, but to hurt you. But at the end of the day, Destiny just felt like, girl, if you knew me like you knew you know me, and you know that only came in the guise of knowing you. So I'm here as your friend. And if somebody else is coming in as being your friend, they tell you about me and you don't defend me, I got a problem with that. But then, of course, she's not feeling Mel's behavior because Mel is pretty much either high or not really feeling Destiny, and her, her trying to like talk about how you made me feel. But in the midst of this, Destiny, you're not the victim, because just this last night you came at Mel very aggressive because, from one, Tisha told Mel that you had an issue with her. So since she put your ass on blast, you couldn't take it. You wanted to shut everything down. So now you got an issue with Mel because Mel's still defending Tiffany and what she did. And Mel, I feel like Mel was being a little bit of a petty girl about her, like not really giving Destiny the room for her to express herself and to talk about it, because I feel like Mel was pretty much like, girl, I am not, I'm not here with this. I felt like what happened was really not that serious. This could have been deaded when it was happening, and had you want to drag this out of me here, I am not for it. So then it's like, open your eyes when I'm talking to you. I'm not one of your kids. But she said, I'm not law. I'm not your kids either. Don't come in me like that. Back and forth. Both of y'all are pretty much in the wrong of Mel being petty and not taking Destiny's feelings seriously. But Destiny, you cannot come at somebody aggressively and think that we supposed to just bow down and just say, okay, we cool, we sorry. I get it, you are a very transparent, blunt person, but if you came at me blunt when I didn't give that energy in the first place, I'm gonna need you to take a step back, because I was not giving that to you. You already came out the gate with an energy. And yes, Mel came back with that energy because you told somebody else you had an issue with me and did not come to me about it. But at the end of the day, Mel understands and did not see Destiny differently about how she felt, even though I do not agree with the reasoning behind how she feels. But she's entitled to her feelings. She's entitled to express her feelings with me being a listening ear, and that's where it's gonna be at. But Destiny does not believe that Mel is really understanding her at this point. But I feel like Destiny, at the end of the day, this all could have been addressed had you just said it from the beginning. You let it on being passive aggressive about the tea was cold, it wasn't relevant. Okay, then why did you run? You could have accepted it and went and moved it on from there. But no, you want to drag it out, talk to other people. We're still finding out more and more about your divorce, but that's all that we know. You need to come more with what you have. Because the fact that we're still talking about this tea and how you feel like Mel did not defend you, I feel like Mel feel like, what to defend, because you don't talk to me about your life. So how can I defend you? Even though I think she knows Destiny more than what she do, but at the same point in time, if it's not on this show, what am I defending you for? Because you're not telling me. I don't know. But she bested on a watermelon being sweet. If it is, we BFFs. If not, we got an issue. It was sweet. We moved on. So, where am I? I think I just spazzed that over because that was longer than what I wrote. So then we're ending it with the 8th grade graduation. All the boys arise, and it's a very nice, because graduation from the 8th grade is a big step. It's leaning towards high school. So everybody was giving them words of encouragement. This is just a step. You guys working into a much better direction. High school, you guys get to make friends, you guys get to make memories and stay close, stay love. Make sure you're confident, make sure you all about that schoolwork, make sure you're getting things done, and sky's the limit for y'all. And Marceau rags on Miss Wanda and her toes. Oh my God, Miss Wanda, her painted hair full of Fantasia hairspray. And she's like, when you get this done, me and Tisha gonna pick up that convertible truck. But Marceau wants to make it a game. Is, if you could keep your mom quiet for one day, I will get you that truck. I said, Tisha, you better put more into that. No, I'm getting a truck. Period. Period. It doesn't matter if mom's quiet or not. Period. And so after that, we see everybody coming in, Mel with the red, with the hat and everything. I'm like, yes, hat, yes, boobs. So Martell arrives with his tight ass pink shirt, and he hugs everybody, but he wants to really hug Mel, and she does not want to hug him, even though she's laughing like, girl, good night. Martell always tries to hug me every time he sees me. He know he wants this, but I am not yours, honey. I'm not yours. You lost me. Goodbye. So once everybody arrives, we see Tiffany and Lewis. Maurice completely makes a beeline to make sure he had that conversation with them. So he talks to them and expresses how the comment about Munch in the bathroom. First of all, where did you hear it? They say they don't know where they got it. To me, I felt like somebody at the school told his kids, told I think somebody at the school, that Monster, no, I'm gonna say MJ and their son knows, and it got to him and he told his parents. So I don't know if they didn't want to put him out on blast for that, but the principal is not gonna say who was the participant in vaping in the bathroom if MJ was the only person that was caught. But I feel like maybe one of the kids knew, because Tiffany and Lewis have both teenage boys that go to the same school. I think that one of their friends told them, and that's how they knew. But at the end of the day, I couldn't understand what Maurice was doing, because it's like, that's my son. That's not a good look. That's that everybody else is in the community talking about him vaping. It's gonna lead him down to a path where he's not gonna make it. They gonna think that he's not never gonna make it in life, achieving things. And I could see Tiffany receiving that, and the way that it did look bad, that you were talking about a young 14-year-old boy vaping in the bathroom, putting that notion in the world that he is a delinquent, he's not gonna make it in life. Where is he gonna go but down from here? So but Lewis told him that she came to me and said, I think there's something wrong. And he told her, yeah, I think that wasn't the right time to have a conversation. But I think that Tiffany is socially awkward, or she has a weird way of inviting or engaging in conversations. So she pretty much starts off with a hi, how you doing? And then I'm gonna talk about your life. I'm talking about what I heard in the streets. It's not good. It's not cool. It's messy. It's shady. And I don't know if your intentions were real or not, but I feel like in the beginning it was shady as fuck. But right now, I think she's questioning how I interact with these people. So, and then it comes to power where this was an embarrassment, and she feels terrible that her repeating something that she heard could have caused embarrassment and shame for their son. And we don't always publicize our mistakes. And Kim was like, it wasn't the comment that made it bad, it was the timing of it. You could have put me to the side and said you heard, but at the same point in time, Maurice decided to put his foot in his mouth and said, the reason why I didn't tell my wife was because I told Kyle about our son, how we should handle it. And I felt like that wasn't the right case for you to tell Tiffany, that you didn't tell your wife about your son that you live with, that she's also a bonus parent to your mom, I mean, bonus parent to your son. So I feel like that was more of a like, Maurice, you don't know how to pretty much set everything the way that you wanted to. Because if you had an issue, you should have been the one and Kyle to lead that conversation. If Kenny wasn't privy to that information, it should have been you and Kyle. But it wasn't. You decided to bring all three of y'all. Kyle came in last to give her 2 cents and say what it was. But at the end of the day, I think that Tiffany really received it and she apologized for it. She was crying. And Lewis was like, I'm very sorry about that. We were both very sorry about that. And then in the midst of her receiving that, Mel is telling Marceau, why didn't you personally give to Martell the champagne like you gifted me? And that's I didn't get mine either. So here comes Wanda, because he felt like, it was weird to give Martell a bottle because he wants to make Mel a brand ambassador. But Wanda didn't like the fact that Marceau gifted her the champagne personally. And Mel was like, what is your issue with me giving me the champagne? What is your issue? I would prefer if Tisha gave it to you and not Marceau. That would have been the right way to do it. And after that, at the end of it, she just said, I ain't got time for the Wanda Chronicles. I ain't got time for it, so I'm going to go. Because she feels like Wanda and her messy behavior is stemming from the fact that she thinks that she wants Marceau. Listen, Marceau was flirting extremely hard last season when Mel was coming up with a new attitude and her boobs out and everything. So we could tell Marceau got a little bit of a crush on her, but I don't know if it's the business mind that he has a crush on or if it's Melody herself. So after Mel leaves, apparently Mel didn't know where else to go, I think, to leave from Wanda. So she hops in the conversation with Maurice and everybody else. And she said, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And Maurice tells her about, the conversation about vaping in the bathroom. She said, oh my God, no. Listen, I know she had no ill intent, and I know her a long time, and she would never do anything like that. But I believe the fact that everything was to just say, you know what, it is what it is. I do not know you. I'm in the process of getting to know you, and it'd be better if you do not mention my kid's name ever again, okay? So after that, She takes Tiffany to the bathroom and she said, you know what, I think at the end of the day, the issue was that Kimmy didn't know, and being the wife, and to me, that's my opinion, that you should not ever be in a Kimmy should never be in a position where somebody was telling her about her son and she does not know about it. That's not cool. Which I can understand Mel giving her 2 cents on, because that was partially the issue, that Kimmy did not know, and Maurice poorly did not handle that well. But also Tiffany is in the wrong too for repeating something about somebody else's child that wasn't right to say. It was very malicious, it was very dirty, it was very nasty, and she definitely should be reprimanded for that. And at the end of the day, Mel tried to make Tiffany feel better, but at the same point in time, it's like, Mel, you could have did that with Destiny. But even though Destiny, I don't know, it's just weird when Destiny should be consoled. I feel like Destiny shouldn't even be consoled, because she's not come with anything for me to be consoled on. So that part, but Maurice does not feel bad that he made Tiffany upset. It just needs to be addressed. Don't speak about my son. Those are my kids. Bring your shit to the table and see how that feels. So that's the end of that. So then we get to the men. So a tree trunk named Dark. He comes in with all his braids. Finally, he only has that fro on his head. All try to go outside, but Miss Wanda wants Martell to stay back for some reason. And Marcel was like, "Do you want him? Let him go." So they're making a joke about it, and Mel was like, "Martell, don't let him make you the joke of the day. Don't let him do that." And here comes the men, especially Maurice. Team hold, team hold. I'm like, shut up, Maurice. This is so not the time to be rallying up about a relationship that should not be together anymore. Shut up. So apparently the fact that she defended him, Marceau wants to say that he likes that she defended him, she's protecting him, but he felt like the divorce was taking it too far on Mel's side. What the fuck do you mean it was taking it too far? The man cheated on her for 5 years, had an outside baby, kept going back. What the? Good night. Good night. I'm like, how was that taking it too far? That lets me know, Marceau, if what you said is true, if Tisha was to have an outside kid, you would still stay? I don't think so. But you expect for her to stay if the rumors about you having an outside kid is true, and the cheating allegations, which I believe are partially true. Anyway, I didn't like that at all. Shut up, Marceau. And so then Miss Wanda is talking to Mel and Martell about how even though there are issues was between the two of them, she's not trying to get them back together, but even though I've had 2 husbands, I got my 2 husbands. Hey, I'm like, Miss Wanda, go sit down somewhere. So then, of course, in the beginning, you guys loved them. I mean, she loved the both of them. But then she said that Mel knew about the she knew about the woman, the coleslaw, the side. And she said, that's so funny if you think I knew, because you follow her. And you reply to her comments on Instagram. You say that she's beautiful. She said, I do. So it was asked of Martell that if you okay, well, for the coleslaw, did you not say you had you had side in your marriage? He wants to leave. They said, get back, get back, get back. So she said she's not trying to put them back together, but she wants them to reconcile. She said, reconcile with somebody who didn't give me no respect. She said, you think that somebody's gonna respect you with them 4 kids? I'm like, Miss Wanda, stop right your head. Stop it. I hate that women, especially older women, believe that a man is not going to come in and love a woman and her kids. And they always go about the number. You think a man's not going to love me and my 4 kids? A man's not going to love me and my 2 kids, my 3 kids? You mean tell me that I am such a terrible option, or I'm a terrible prize for a man because I got 3 children, I got 4 children? The fuck you talking about? Miss Wanda is definitely one of them women that stays in it just to stay in it because she doesn't want to be alone. And she feels like if you don't have a man, then who are you? And then of course he's not gonna be a perfect guy. You're like, you absolutely right. Ain't no man perfect, but there will be somebody, the right man, that is gonna come along and love me and my 4 children. You got that right. And then Mel, because she also talking about men or dogs. They gonna say they're not cheating, but they gonna be cheating anyway. And then Miss Wanda is just a bitter old woman, and something's going on in her life that she comes and bring this negative energy, and I'm agreeing to that. And then she said, y'all still love each other. Here come Martell. You know you still want me? I'm like, girl, good night and goodbye. She don't want him. And then she said, give Martell a chance. She said, what? A chance of what? To be my man? To disrespect me? Cheat on me? Then you gonna marry his ass then. I don't want him. So then he leaves because he doesn't want to stay in the fire too long, because the fact that he is still harping on being with Mel, but you don't want, oh my God, you don't want her. You don't want him. He don't go goodbye. Miss Wanda, do not. And he all say Miss Wanda speaking facts. She ain't speaking facts. She's speaking bullshit. Good night. I think she's doing that because she wants to sway any women coming towards Marcel, and Tisha. Goodbye. Good night. Good night. So we get outside. The men talk about Martel's baby. Did he get DNA test? Marcel's stupid ass and said, if you love her, don't get a DNA test. But then I don't know if Lewis meant, do you love male or do you love the coleslaw? Do you love the side? And then um she understood why Mel left, but wish they all worked it out. But she said, it is so funny that you want me to work it out with him, but yet you following the woman that messed up my marriage. You are following the woman that was a willing participant in my demise. You are following this coleslaw woman. You're following this woman that means nothing to me, that broke my marriage, along with my husband. Good night. She said, and I like her so. I'm like, Miss Wanda, go sit down. Go drink your prune juice and watch your stories. Go sit down. Go sit down with your painted hair full of Fantasia spray. Go sit down. At the end of the day, that was it. The next episode, we're going to get more into the conversation about Destiny and Melody. And then this is going to be the start of Kimmy and Wanda. That I cannot wait for Kimmy to get her ass into. Goodbye, Miss Wanda. Goodbye. But that's it, y'all. That's all I got. Please wait to like and comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.